And I'm David. And we're talking about Amazing Race.
Oh, it's amazing.
We're going to Zimbabwe.
Ooh, Zimbabwe. Just animal safari.
Yes.
Oh,
But everyone's together again. Everyone's on the same flight.
30 hours of travel.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I guess it's kind of like a nice break. Do you get to sort of recoup?
Yeah, like a day and a half,
little bit?
basically, yeah. So they go right away to this nature conservancy where they have to pitch a tent, right?
Yeah, and supposedly spend the night
Right.
with these animals.
Amongst the animals,
Yes.
which is kind of horrifying, but like maybe beautiful, I guess.
So they're racing to pitch a tent, even though they don't fully understand like what you get.
But they say like the order matters in which you finish, right?
Cody just flies through that. He
Oh my God.
clearly knows how to pitch a tent.
Yeah.
So they finished first.
Uh-huh.
Then Ocean.
Yes.
They did really well. And actually Yale
Yeah.
came in third with their tent.
And then Team Extreme gets fourth.
And they moved up a couple spots because they came in pretty late
Yeah.
in the game. Indy was struggling and even Firefighter struggled. So
Yeah.
Indy's last.
So then they spend the night. Phil wakes them up at 4 a.m. and he says, time for a partner swap.
Partner swap!
So they're all
And
like,
everyone's like, "Eek."
what does this mean? So this is where the order of finishing the tents comes into play. BB finished first, so they get to pick which team they want to partner swap with. Of course they pick Team Extreme because they love them. Apparently, I didn't know that those teams were such good friends, but
who doesn't love Extreme? I
know.
think Extreme is everyone's friend, don't you?
Yeah. So they pick Team Extreme, and then Ocean Rescue
is second.
picks IndyCar,
They pick IndyCar.
which leaves Yale and the Firefighters paired together.
I was like stressed and tense watching this part. I was like, oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah.
But honestly, those pairs seem to make sense. And then they also had to say, you know, like David's going
Right.
with that person and Sarah's going with this person. Like not only that team, but then you are splitting those teams up.
Yeah.
Then they get their clues and they have to go.
They're off. So then they row through the lake, they get the clue, and then they have to go on the detour, which is either finding evidence of poachers or off-roading, right?
Yes.
So it seems like most people want to do off-roading. I think BB and Extreme, they get to this first. And they both want to do off-roading, but Jess and Christy quickly realize that neither of them can drive a stick.
And they kind of had made a plan of like, we're going to do the same thing and work together, which does
which
make
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they can't drive sticks, so they're running back to do the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all happening so fast. So Cody and Jen are like, okay, are we going? Should
Right.
we switch with
Do
them?
we
What are
need
we
to-
doing?
what
But
do we do?
we drive stick, we could do this.
And then they're like, they're going to be fine. We're going to do the off-roading. So they separate.
Yes.
Then
They did the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cody and Jen fly through
Oh my
this
God.
challenge. The two of them together are like a super team.
They didn't, there was a whole thing where like the car might get stuck in the water and the
Yep.
mud and this and that. And Cody's apparently an off-roader. And
But they both like jumped, like Jen's
Yeah.
in the mud too,
In the
going,
mud.
nope, deep over here,
Yeah.
water over there, let's do it.
And they're just communicating
Yeah.
really well. And they just, even Phil, when they get to the pit stop, was like, whoa, that was fast.
Yeah.
And they're like, was it? Oh, okay,
Oh,
great.
okay.
But then Phil, once they get to the pit stop, he's like, well, I would love to check you in, but we have to wait for your other teammates to arrive before I can officially check you in.
Little twist in this partner swappy doodle.
Yes.
So great, glad you finished first.
Uh-huh.
But if your team, your partners don't come in next,
Right.
you're still waiting.
Yeah.
And guess what? Okay, back at these detours.
Uh-huh.
So we've got some other people who aren't so great at driving four-wheelers.
Right.
Or four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
What is it? They're big vehicles. They're vehicles.
Yes, they're
Jeeps
cars.
and things.
Trucks.
Oh, boy. Anyway,
Yeah.
other people are getting stuck.
Yes.
Then the other one, while they're looking for evidence,
Uh-huh.
they don't know exactly what they need to know about this evidence.
Right. They don't know how many pieces of evidence there are.
Uh-huh.
They don't know that they're supposed to memorize where each piece of evidence is from.
It just says you need to document it.
Yeah.
So obviously Evan is very smart and she's like, the word document. Okay, so I'm just gonna memorize everything I
Yes.
possibly can. about
Filing it
this.
all away.
Yeah. And same thing with, what's her name from Ocean?
Brittany.
She was really good at like, okay, well, let's just memorize.
This
and
was
like,
first
yeah.
and this was second and here we go.
Meanwhile, Jess and Christy were on a lovely safari.
Just enjoying the
horseback
scenery.
riding.
Yes, so
Oh,
beautiful.
Look, there's the book of matches. We'll pick that up.
I can't get the smile off my face. Like, look at this beautiful warthog, right? Just sort of like half paying attention to what's going on. They almost completely walk by the bones. And then Jess is like, oh, those are bones. Should we grab the bones?
Yeah.
And Chrissy's like, yeah, sure, grab some bones.
Yeah.
So they're not really paying attention as much as they should. And then when they finally get to the puzzle, things don't
That does backfire
go
a bit
so
for
well.
them. So like we said, Brittany did really good at documenting, and so Brittany and Alex pretty, I think second try had their items in the right place, and they move on and they go to the mat second.
Yes.
Where now they learn they have to wait for their partners.
And then back in the off-roading challenge, Connor and Lucas make it through. They're, stuck in the mud, and they make it through, and they're the third team to check in. So now Phil says,
yes,
you're still racing.
Still racing.
This partner swap is over. Here's your next clue. Ocean Rescue and IndyCar are off.
Yes.
To the next stop in the race, right?
Which has got to just kill you when you're Cody and Jen going, more race.
Okay, and Phil's like, do you have any idea where your partners are? And they're like, no, Phil, we don't know.
They're like, we're standing here with you, Phil.
Yeah.
On the mat. What do we know?
So then back at the puzzle, Evan and the firefighter show up.
Oh, but because Jess and Christy have been struggling for a while.
Yeah.
Then they show up.
Then they show up, and right away, Jess and Christy are like, so you want to work together? And Evan's like, we'll take a look at what this is first, and then maybe we'll work together if we are struggling.
Who has the audacity to ask to work together when they haven't even looked, they don't even know what this challenge is?
They were desperate, obviously, because they've been struggling for a while. But then Jess gets unreasonably upset about Evan not wanting to help.
Of course. Look, we are Big Brother fans.
Yeah.
So we're going to support Jess and Cody, but we also know that she is a mean girl.
Uh-huh.
As if there has ever been a mean girl.
Yes.
And boy, is it starting to show.
It really is.
She is not a fan of anyone not helping her.
Yeah, and she starts to get real salty about this.
Salty.
And Christy
she
is
can't
like,
let it go.
Christy's like, oh, we just need to not talk about them and let's do this puzzle.
How about that?
So Evan and the firefighter, it's over.
Of course.
They get right through
it. She's like, done, peace out, bye-bye. And Jess is like, oh my God, I can't.
Evan and the firefighter head off to the pit stop, and then right after them, Henry and the other firefighter show up.
Right, so they are now able to go back to their normal partners and continue racing.
Finally, Jess and Christy figure out, wait a minute, what if the circle starts here on the map? Whatever it is, they figure out the trick to understanding this map, and they get everything in the right spot. At this point, I have no idea how far behind they are.
No,
I'm really nervous because I love both of these teams.
Yes, yes.
They run to the mat. Cody and Jen are just relieved to see them.
They're like, yes, okay, let me go.
Come. And then they send them off, right?
Right.
But they're not too far behind.
It turns out not, because they catch up. We see the vehicles, they're all sort of in the same area.
Yeah. Ocean Rescue and IndyCar are the two in the lead. The other four teams are sort of together in the back. And when those first two teams get to the haberdashery in the Capitol, there's a double U-turn.
Double U-turn. And guess what? Those first two teams are ready to play. Ain't no messing around.
Boom, boom, right? So Ocean Rescue U-turns Big Brother, and IndyCar U-turns Yale.
It was fairly a joint decision.
Yeah, they were there together.
I think Ocean Rescue started it, but they were like, look, we need to U-turn two teams, let's do this. Yeah. And Indy was like, great, we got Yale, you got Big Brother, those are the teams that need to be U-turned.
Exactly, and it makes sense that Ocean Rescue U-turns BB because they've had some run-ins with them a little bit in the past. Brittany is not the biggest fan of Jess, and vice versa.
I mean, Jess, burned a couple people and they U-turn, it's like, it was gonna happen.
Now, what we were
interested about,
confused about a little bit, surprised, was that Extreme didn't get U-turned.
Okay, so I get that Yale is a top team.
Yeah.
They are competitive. They've shown that they can compete.
Yeah.
But because they lack the physical prowess, I was shocked that they were actually U-turned. Extreme. Now, I am rooting for Extreme. They are my number one team.
Yeah.
But they are showing tremendous skill sets.
Both in the physical and in the mental part of this game. Like they are capable of it both.
Is it just me or they're the team to beat, right?
They must be super popular with everybody.
Their social game is lit.
It must be, because they get out of that, and even they were like, I don't know how we made it through that without getting U-turned, but like, great, let's just go with it.
Impressive.
Yeah. So, of course, BB and Yale are upset when they find out that they get U-turned, but everybody just off to the races, right?
Yeah.
We gotta do both, like, let's go.
Right.
So the detour is either you're rolling this tire to a flatbed truck, or you're running through a mall.
A large mall delivering packages.
IndyCar goes to...
My gosh, thank goodness your job just puts you on a loop and lets you drive in a circle because directions or finding where you need to go is not their skill sets.
No, they roll that tire right past,
once again,
where they're supposed to go.
Wandering in a market.
Yeah.
And also, once again, before they even like get to where they might need to be, which one is it that gives up so easily? He's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, Connor.
He's like, what do you mean you don't know? We're supposed to roll this whole market.
He's like, we're supposed to go down this straight street the whole way? And Alex is like, yes, let's just keep going.
Sure enough, they pass it. Yeah. And that allows Extreme to roll their tire right on up there.
That's right.
How did they do it? Extreme.
They went from last place to first place.
In the beginning. What? This is why they should have been U-turned, although I'm glad they weren't.
I know. So they're sort of working with Ocean Rescue, but Ocean Rescue kind of passes this stairway and they're like, they're not waiting for us. So they roll their tires up and they're done, and then they sort of tell Ocean Rescue, like, guys, back this way, whatever. But they leave the detour in first place.
Yeah. I mean, they did give information to Ocean, and so it still seemed legit and everybody was fine.
And this is the moment where Yale starts to get a little bit of help this leg, right?
Interestingly enough.
So Team Extreme is running out and Yale is running in to do this tire challenge, and Extreme kind of tells Yale, like, you gotta roll it down and there's gonna be stairs.
Go down there, up there, go back
up the stairs, and here's I think it was Jen who offered the help, and then Christy was like, so why did you help them right away? Because Evan just didn't help us?
Like, literally just a couple hours ago, or like maybe an hour ago.
Right.
Evan said, no, I will not help you.
And Jen's like, oh, I'm too nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But when you know a team is double U-turned, you think they're not a threat.
Yeah.
And I'm giving them a little thing to make their day easier. They have to do 2 of these challenges.
Right.
I don't know. So it was an interesting moment. And who knows if that would have really helped them. But it kind of did, because everyone else passed those stairs.
Yeah.
And knowing where those stairs were helped Extreme get, you know.
Yeah.
Up.
So now, meanwhile, BB, the other team who's been U-turned, they're at the mall.
Yes.
And I gotta say, Jess looked like a machine, right? She had like 6 packages in her hand, and she just was like, I've had enough of this crap. Like, let's just walk around the mall. I have 6 packages. Where do I need to put these, right? She seems like she is in the zone.
She's like banging them up against the wall. Like, let's go. She's so mad that they got U-turned, and she's just like, let's power through this.
Yeah, but it seems very complicated. There's elevators and stairs, and things are on different floors.
Yeah, you don't know where everything is. There's no directory or map, so they're asking someone for help. So it's just like tedious going back and forth.
Yeah.
But they probably get through it in a fair amount of time. It didn't seem like they were super struggling.
Right.
They actually cross, so they leave when Yale shows up. So Yale and Big Brother never know where the other one is in this double U-turn chaos.
Yeah, but then when Yale shows up to the mall, the twins are still there, and they had just worked with them, and they get another little bit of help on this leg of the race, and the twins are saying, you know, information's here, and this is on this floor.
There. I don't know how helpful that kind of stuff is, but it did seem like they got some help.
Yeah, and it does sort of, it indicates to me that Yale also must have a pretty good social game if people are trying to help them out.
Yes.
Maybe BB is the target and everyone wants them to go home.
Right. I mean, BB's okay with making enemies, although we should say now they go to the tire thing as Indy's leaving, and Cody flings open that door.
You're not going anywhere.
Where is it? Where am I going? What am I doing? And although I would have been like, whoa, I'm shutting the door. Get away with that intensity.
Yeah, right.
But they were like, yeah, just go up those stairs, you can go around, it's right over there.
Yeah, and Alex is like, hopefully that will help us later on, that we just helped them, whatever.
Yeah.
So everybody, at the end of the day, right, this is all happening, but everybody finishes, and the next part of the race is the music challenge.
Oh boy, here we go with the music challenge.
This one levels the playing field, okay?
I really would have liked to have seen Wellstrom do this challenge.
This was their challenge.
I mean, would they have just like flown through it? Would it have been amazing?
Yes.
Oh, I wish I could see it.
The rest of these folks are not musically inclined at all.
Guess what? Most of the time, one of the partner just has no rhythm. Can't figure it out. I mean, I was having France flashbacks with poor sweet James Earl and his mom, who like tried to rap for hours.
Oh God, I can't even think about it.
You guys, that was so hard to watch. And I was like, oh my God, here we are again,
Yeah, so I think it was Ocean Rescue who gets there first, or Extreme gets there first.
Extreme gets there first. They made up so much time.
Yes.
But Christy ain't so good with the song and dance.
So everybody's taking multiple times. They're working with a teacher on, because it's tough. You've got to learn pronunciation of this language. You have no idea what it is.
No idea.
And the rhythms, as much as people were like, you got to stay on the beat. Listening to it, I was like, this beat is not
on the beat.
It's not like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like there's weird syncopation. So it's a difficult thing. Okay, like to give everybody a little bit of credit here.
Right. This was not easy.
But the first team who gets through is surprisingly Ocean Rescue.
Yeah.
Even though Lucas seemed like he couldn't dance his way out of a cardboard box, like they make it out.
Entering this very stressed and worried, but he powered through it. He got it.
Yeah.
And then eventually Extreme gets it. Like Christy was, I thought she was gonna throw like a microphone at somebody. She was like, I can't.
Yeah.
She's got a little bit of Connor in her, where she's like, if she doesn't succeed right away, she's like yeah.
So Ocean Rescue finishes this leg of the race first, and then Team Extreme gets their second.
Yes. Okay, but now we still have everyone like stressed out, can't do it. BB, Yale, everyone is there.
Yeah.
So we know it's just a matter of getting through this. And somehow Indy eventually gets it.
Yeah. And then right behind them, Team Yale gets it, even though Henry looked like the most awkward person I've ever seen.
Was never gonna get this.
Never. But he does.
Did. I mean, she actually wasn't that much more coordinated than he was, but they were
got good enough. So then what was interesting was that IndyCar and Yale end up on the mat together, and IndyCar U-turned Yale this leg.
That is like the one thing you don't want to happen when you're on the Amazing Race.
Oh, this is awkward. But Alex, I thought, had a very reasonable explanation. He's like, you want to know why we did it, Phil? Because they're right here.
He's like, they're that good. They're the team to beat. They're a threat. He's like, we had to do it. It just sounded like game. Like that made sense.
There was nothing personal there.
Henry and Evan couldn't even make eye contact.
Yeah. They were like,
Yep. I was like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
She alluded to like it must be something personal earlier, which I was like,
it was.
Why? And then when they were on the mat together, he made it very clear it wasn't personal.
It's game.
So like, why couldn't you just be like, yep, we are a good team. That's right.
Own it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a threat. But
I was disappointed with that. But we enjoy Yale, and we're glad that they stuck.
Absolutely. Especially with the U-turn, it's very impressive.
Oh my goodness.
Now, so back at the music challenge, the only two left are Cody and Jess, Big Brother, and the firefighters. Cody looks like he's giving up, and I am not having it. No. I'm like, do not give up. Just say what you need to say to get his head in the game. Do not go out because you're so close.
But I was like, no. I was like, Cody, you're giving up. You deserve to get out of here. I was like, how dare you take a spot on Amazing Race if you're not willing to try?
Good point.
But apparently he just has a different way of
dealing
working
with stress
on something.
Yeah.
Whereas Jess is like, you need to practice. And he's like,
let's just try it again.
Practice?
Yeah.
But he obviously was working on it in some sort of way because he was improving every single time.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And then it looked like, again, the editing made it seem like back to back, but Big Brother finally gets it, and then they get right to the pit stop, and they're fifth. And
firefighters were like close behind them because they were on the mat together, but firefighters were eliminated.
So two teams that got double U-turned this episode overcame the firefighters.
Still in the game.
Very impressive, but I have to say that's how it should be. Because the firefighters, I think, have run their course. Like, they were fun, they had some good puns, this and that.
They were adorable.
Yes, but like, as far as the most competitive teams, I think these are the right 5 teams to be in.
Yeah, I mean, we were so surprised the last couple legs that they had finished so well in, and we thought, oh, maybe they're just amazing teams, but I think they got lucky a few times, and thank goodness, I'm glad that they got to enjoy as much as they did.
Absolutely.
But now we've got this group of teams.
It's a competition.
Are the competitive ones. Yeah. For sure.
So now the next episode tease, we get another 2-hour episode next week, as if we don't have enough TV to watch.
Yeah. Woo.
And someone forgets their passport.
That is the worst!
So, who are you guys rooting for? Who do you want to see on the final leg?
I'm definitely rooting for Extreme. That's the way I'm going to put it.
Yeah.
Is like, I am full steam on rooting for Team Extreme.
Yeah.
They're my faves.
Me too. And I'm going to go Team Yale.
Team Yale. Well, you know what? You're loyal.
They were number ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've been with them since the beginning.
That's right.
All right. What do you guys think?
And we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.